Good morning, students. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on chapter number 16, our Constitution. This is my second video of this chapter. In the first video, I explained you about what is Constitution, what is rule of law, what is the important values of Indian Constitution. I also explained you about Constituent Assembly, members of Constituent Assemblies, what are their ideas about the preamble of India, which is also called soul of Indian Constitution. I explained you about the best feature of the Constitution, which we took from England, United States of America, Canada, Ireland, Russia, etc. Now in our today's topic, I am covering basic features of our Constitution. The important features of our Constitution. First is unique Constitution. The chief feature of our Constitution is its uniqueness. The best feature of many existing constitutions of the world were modified and adapted to our needs and condition. Second point, the lengthiest constitution. The Constitution of India is the lengthiest and the most detailed constitution of the world. It is divided into 22 parts and has 395 articles and 12 schedules. Third, written constitution. Indian constitution is a written constitution. It was drafted and enacted by the Constituent Assembly, specially elected for this purpose. It was presided over by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first President of India, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of its drafting committee. Number 4, rigid and flexible. The constitution is called rigid or flexible on the basis of the procedure of its amendments. It is the important feature of our constitution that it is rigid as well as flexible. A constitution is a rigid constitution if it cannot be amended easily. A flexible constitution is that constitution which can be amended easily. The strength of a rigid constitution is that it is stable and is guarantee against hasty changes. A flexible changes is constitution is considered progressive in nature and can be helpful in development of the nation. Students, now I explain you universal adult franchise means that every citizen of India who is 18 years and above is entitled to vote in the election without any discrimination of caste, color, class, religion or gender. Then Indian Constitution India is a sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic. Students, I will explain you what is sovereign, what is socialist, what is secular and democratic republic. First is sovereign state. India is a sovereign state means India is an independent country. India is free from all external control. We are free to take our own decision. No country can interfere in our internal affairs. Second, India is a socialist state because socialism is one of the national goal to be achieved. India is against exploitation in all forms and will try to establish economic justice without being attached to any particular ideology. Third is India is a secular state. All religions enjoy equal freedom. No discrimination is made on grounds of religion. Fourth is India is a democratic country. We know India is a democratic country. Our government, our government is elected by the people, and the administration of the country is carried out by the elected representative of the people. They run the government according to the basic rules. India is a republic because the head of the state, that is our president, is an elected head from amongst the people. Students, now I explain you what is parliamentary form of government. India has a parliamentary form of government both at the center and in its states. In a parliamentary form of government, the head of the state, the president, in case of India, is a nominal head. He enjoys many power, but in practice, all these powers are exercised by the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. Then next feature of India's constitution is federal and unitary. The constitution of a federation is written and rigid. It divides powers between the center and the state. The Constitution of India has several features of a federation combined with the elements of unitary state. India as a federation with a very strong central government, it is described by many peoples. Then next point is single citizenship. Every Indian, irrespective of the place where she or he lives, is a citizen of India. There is no citizenship in the name of the states. Then what is single integrated judicial system? India has a single integrated judicial system. The entire judicial system is one hierarchy of courts. The Supreme Court of India and the high courts of different states form a single integrated judicial structure with jurisdiction over all laws. The high courts have the right to supervise over the subordinate courts or the district court. India has an independent judiciary free from the influence of the executive and the legislature. The judges are appointed on the basis of their qualification, but they cannot be removed easily by the executive.